Hello friends, in the next few videos I will be discussing about stereochemistry. So stereochemistry is a part of organic chemistry. By the end of this video, you will be able to learn what is a chiral carbon and how can you locate or identify a chiral carbon in a given organic molecule. So let's start this video. So you have been given two molecules. So this is the first molecule and this is the second molecule that has been given to you, and you have been asked what is the difference between these two molecules. If you look closely, you will find the structural formula of these two molecules are same. For example, this molecule contains a CH3 group. This also contains a CH3 group. This contains a CHBr2 group. This also contains a CHBr2 group. Two hydrogens are there. Two hydrogens are also there. One CC double bond is there. Another also has a CC double bond. So what is the difference between these two molecules? The main difference is in the placement of hydrogen atom. So you see in this molecule, these two hydrogen atom are on the same side of the double bond. So this is your double bond line. So same side of the double bond. But in this molecule, these two hydrogen atoms are opposite side of the double bond. So they have different arrangement in the space. Such kind of molecules are called stereoisomers. And this is a special case of a stereoisomers, that is a geometrical isomers, and in this case we have cis and trans isomers. So what we are saying? We are saying molecules that have different arrangement in three-dimensional space are called stereoisomers. One example of stereoisomers is cis-trans isomers, that is also called geometrical isomers or EZ isomers. So this is an example of geometrical isomers. Another kind of stereoisomers is based on mirror image relationship. So we will see in this video what is the other kind of stereoisomers. So one is, as we discussed, is geometrical stereoisomers, in which you have different arrangement of atoms or groups in the three-dimensional space. Similarly, we have another kind of stereoisomers that is based upon mirror image relationship. So I'll try to see what are these stereoisomers, but before that, let us see what is the meaning of mirror image of object, mirror image of molecules, and what is chirality. You know, every object has a mirror image. For example, you stand up in front of the mirror, you show your image. So every object has a mirror image. But now the question is the image identical to the object? Not always. When you have an object that is symmetrical, your mirror image is identical to the object. But if the object is not symmetrical, mirror image is not identical to the object. So you can answer basically when the mirror image will be identical to the object. You have some idea of physics. So if you remember, in physics we say whenever you have a plane mirror, in the image the left appears right and right appears left. So this means once you have the image and object, they are two different things, because in your mirror image left is appearing right and right is appearing to the left. So they cannot be same. Now the question is when they will be same, when I can superimpose the mirror image to the object. There is one possibility, that is if I have symmetry, then in that case left right doesn't matter. So when either left becomes right or right becomes left, still both are same, so I can superimpose the mirror image to the object. So if I have a symmetry in my object, the mirror image will be superimposable on the object. But if my object lacks in symmetry, the mirror image cannot be superimposed on the object. So we have introduced a term called superimposable objects. So let us try to see what this means. Here I have two chairs basically one chair, and this is the mirror image of this chair. So what we are doing is we are taking this chair and putting in front of the plane mirror, and we are getting the image of that chair in the mirror, and then I am putting same here. So this is the object, and this is basically image of that object, that is in this case a chair. Now if you see, if I lift this chair and put on top of this chair, I can see both can superimpose point by point, object by object, these two can be superimposed. So these two chairs, basically one chair and its mirror image, can be superimposed. So this is a superimposable object. So when an object and its mirror image are identical, they are superimposable. So it can be superimposed, object and image are same, so image can be superimposed on the object. So we'll call such kind of object as superimposable object. So superimposable object can be placed on each other so that each feature of one object precisely coincides in a space with equivalent feature in the mirror image of the object. So what this means? This means each feature will correspond to each feature in the object. So each feature of image, for example in this case, if I have this point and if I simply place, I will find this point and this points are same. They can basically coincide, they can superimpose to each other. So each feature basically superimpose or coincide in the space with the equivalent feature of the object. So this is the definition of a superimposable object, that if your image and object both have same kind of orientation of features in the space, will call such kind of object as a superimposable object. Now when we will have non-superimposable object. So what is the meaning of non-superimposable object? As I said earlier, if you have a object that lacks in symmetry, in that case your image cannot be superimposed on the object. Let us take the same chair, but now we have a handle on one side. So in this case we have this handle, and now if I take the image of this chair, so this side we have image of this chair. So you see the left is appearing to the right, or right is appearing to the left. That is what happens in the plane mirror. So in this case this is object and this is image. Now if I try to superimpose, I cannot superimpose. So if I try to lift this and put it here, what will happen? This handle will come this side. So each feature of this chair cannot be superimposed. So this is a non-superimposable object. So I can say in this case, the left and right handed armchair cannot be superimposed. You try to superimpose, but what will happen? This handle will not superimpose. Other part will superimpose, but this handle will not superimpose. So I can say this chair, that is a hand or armchair, I can say this is not a superimposable object. Another example, you have your hand. For example, if you take your left hand and take the mirror image of the left hand, that is you place your hand in front of the mirror and you try to superimpose your mirror image with the hand, you will find they are not going to superimpose, because left hand becomes similar to the right hand, and once you try to superimpose the object and image, you cannot superimpose. So in short, I can say if an object that does not have any kind of symmetry is not going to superimpose. So this means object and image will be different, they are not will be the same, they are not superimposable, and such kind of object is called chiral object. So a object that is not superimposable on its mirror image is called chiral. So chiral is a general term. A object and image that is not superimposable, when in that case I will call this object is a chiral object. In other case, the reverse, if the object as image are superimposable, then I will call this achiral. So an object that can be superimposed on its mirror image is called achiral. So we are defining two terms. One is chiral, another is achiral. Chiral means non-superimposable mirror images. Achiral means superimposable mirror image. So if you have an object and its mirror image, you can basically superimpose, then we will call this a achiral object. So how to define or how to find a object is chiral or not? Chiral means non-superimposable. So when you will have non-superimposable, it is only when you don't have any plane of symmetry. So I can say if an object has plane of symmetry, if basically in that case it is not chiral. So in this case this is not chiral. So if an object has plane of symmetry, it is not chiral. Because plane of symmetry, you have a plane of symmetry, this means objects are superimposable, left and rights are mirror image to each other. So a plane of symmetry bisects an object so that one half is the mirror image of the other half. So you see any object that is a plane of symmetry. For example, let's take this example. So this is the example. In this case, this object, I can see in this case this half, that is left half, is mirror image of the right half, and this is basically plane of symmetry. So in this case this object will not be chiral object because image will be superimposable. So it is good idea to find whether object will be superimposable or not. Simply I have to look the plane of symmetry. If the object has a plane of symmetry, it is not going to be a chiral object. That is going to be a chiral object. That is going to be superimposed. And why this is so? Because there is a plane of symmetry, and that plane of symmetry bisects an object so that the one half is the mirror image of the other half. So in this case you can say this half, that is this side, is the mirror image of this side. So if we place a mirror here, this part and this part are mirror image. So this means inside the object itself you have a mirror image, that is there is a plane of symmetry. So plane of symmetry bisects the object in one half is the mirror image of the other half, and that's why plane of symmetry makes the object achiral, superimposable. For example, the chair that we are discussing, in this case this line, so if I cut across this plane, so there is a plane of symmetry. So this side and this side. So this side is a mirror image. So if I place a mirror along this plane, so these two are mirror image. So one half is mirror image of the other half. So there is a plane of symmetry, and this means this object is not a chiral object. But if I see this chair and I place a plane, now this side is not the mirror image because there is no plane of symmetry. So this is not a plane of symmetry in this case because this side and this side are not identical. So plane of symmetry means this side of the plane, left side of the plane and right side of the plane, you have same thing. But in this case, left side and the right side, we don't have the same thing. Right side I have a handle, but left side there is no handle. So that's why this is not a plane of symmetry. It's a plane, but it's not a plane of symmetry. So I can say this object is a achiral object. So from here I get an idea. What is the idea? That if I want to find whether object is chiral or not, I can simply look into the plane of symmetry. If I find in the object there is a plane of symmetry, this means object is achiral. And if there is no plane of symmetry, we can say the object is chiral. So this we have seen in terms of object. Now the definition of chiral we can also put into the organic chemistry in terms of molecules. So let us try to define, or let us try to put this definition of chirality in terms of molecules. So we said you have a plane of symmetry, that is achiral. No plane of symmetry, chiral. Now let us put this definition for organic molecules. So here I have an organic molecule, and this is the mirror image of that organic molecule. This organic molecule has 4 groups. So this is one group, the green one, the red one, and this black one, and this is yellow one. So there are 4 groups in this case. So this molecule has 4 groups, and in this case this is the mirror image of this molecule. Now, is these 2 molecules are superimposable? Let us try to figure it out. What I want to do is, I want to find whether these 2 molecules are superimposable or not. This means if I lift one molecule or rotate one molecule or place on the other molecule, will they be same or will they be different? Try to see this. So what I will do is, I will try to take this line. So this line I have, and I want to superimpose this molecule over this molecule. So this is here, this is here, and this is here. So what I have to do is, I have to rotate this molecule about this line by 180 degree. So if you rotate this about 180 degree, what you will have? You will have this green one, and this is chlorine. So chlorine will be here, and this will come this side. This molecule, this bromine, where this bromine will go? So now this bromine molecule is front. So this will go back. So this bromine will go back side. And this yellow one, let's say this yellow one is a hydrogen, or yeah, so this is this molecule is hydrogen, we can say this, or I can say this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, the yellow one is fluorine. So what will be the position of yellow one? Yellow one will come in front, and that is basically your fluorine. Now what about this hydrogen? This hydrogen will go this side. Now if you try to lift this molecule and try to superimpose over this molecule, you will find chlorine basically matched. Hydrogen also superimposed. But in this case the bromine is here, that is front side, but the fluorine is here. And in this case fluorine is back side, bromine is back side. So these 2 molecules are not same. Fluorine and bromine are not superimposing, and fluorine and bromine here are 2 different groups. So this means this molecule and this molecule are not same molecule. So the molecule and its mirror image, object and its mirror image are not same. They cannot be superimposed. So they are 2 different molecules. In other words, I can say this molecule and its mirror image is not superimposable. This means this is an example of chiral molecule. So this is a chiral. So this molecule is chiral. So a molecule is chiral if it contains at least 1 carbon atom attached to 4 different atoms or groups. So now in this case, you have seen that if you try to superimpose this mirror image onto the molecule, it does not superimpose. But you can try yourself. If this is chlorine and this is also chlorine, this is also chlorine, this is also chlorine, you will find in that case these 2 get superimposed. So this means on a carbon only the mirror images are not superimposed when all the 4 groups are different. So this group, this group, this group and this group are different group. So if I have a carbon, that is the center carbon is this one, on this carbon 4 different groups are attached, then this becomes a chiral carbon and the molecule becomes chiral. So this is the minimum requirement for a molecule to be chiral. So now if I want to look for a chiral molecule, what I will look? I will look for a chiral carbon, that is a carbon that is attached to 4 different kinds of groups. Such a carbon atom is called a stereogenic center. So you see, in this case, this carbon atom is a chiral carbon. So general term often use a stereogenic center. So chiral and stereogenic, these 2 words are interchangeably used. So I can say this chiral carbon or this carbon is a stereogenic center. So basically this generates stereoisomers. So this is the carbon who is responsible for stereoisomerism in this molecule, and that's why this is called a stereogenic center, a stereogenic center that will generate the stereoisomers. A stereogenic center is sometimes called chiral center or chiral carbon. In this case, I have carbon, that's why I am calling chiral carbon. You can have other atom that contains basically 4 groups. In that case, that will be a center. So, a stereogenic center is sometimes called a chiral center, and the carbon atom is sometimes called chiral carbon atom. So, you now know two terms, one is chiral center and chiral carbon. If the center is carbon, then I will call this as a chiral carbon. So bromo, chloro, fluoromethane molecule, that is the previous molecule. This has a bromo, chloro, fluoro and hydrogen. So this is a methane. So if you remember, what is the formula for methane? This is the formula for methane, CH4. Now if I replace 3 hydrogen, one with bromine group, another with chlorine group, another with fluorine. So this we will have bromo, chloro, fluoromethane. 4 different groups. So this carbon is a chiral carbon. Generally, to put chirality, we place a star sign. So this is a chiral carbon. So this molecule is a chiral molecule, and if you take the mirror image of this molecule, this is not going to be superimposed. So to find whether molecule is chiral or not, as I said earlier, we can see whether this has a symmetry or not. In this molecule, we will not find any plane of symmetry. And that's why these two molecules, that is object and its mirror image, are not superimposable, they are chiral. So I can use the idea that if I find a plane of symmetry, the molecule will not be chiral. Let's take some example. So this molecule is dichloromethane. This contains 2 chlorine group and 2 hydrogen group. Now if I bisect this molecule along this line, so this is a plane. If I bisect along this line, so on this plane we have 2 hydrogen atom and this carbon atom. One side I have chlorine group and other side I have another chlorine group. So there is a plane of symmetry. So this means this molecule is not a chiral molecule. This is achiral. Similarly, I can see another plane of symmetry for the same molecule. What I can do is, I can basically pass a plane passing through 2 chlorine groups. So this molecule and this molecule is same. In one case, I am passing my plane with the 2 hydrogen atom. In other case, I am passing my plane with the 2 chlorine group. So in this case, one hydrogen this side, another hydrogen this side. So this is a plane of symmetry, or I can say one half is the mirror image of the other half. So this is again, this molecule is not a chiral molecule, because this is a plane of symmetry, or in other words, I can say the left half is the mirror image of the right half. Basically, for this molecule, I can show there are 2 such kind of plane of symmetry. So that's why this molecule is not a chiral molecule. In some cases, you can find 2 plane of symmetry. In some cases, you can find 1 plane of symmetry. In some cases, you can also find more than 2 plane of symmetry. For example, in this case, you can find only 1 plane of symmetry. This molecule is bromochloromethane. So if you make a plane along this line, so this is plane. Now this side we have hydrogen, this side we have hydrogen, this side half of the chlorine, this side other half of the chlorine, half of the bromine and half of the bromine. So this molecule has a plane of symmetry. Once again, this molecule will become a chiral molecule. So whenever you have a plane of symmetry, you will have a chiral carbon or a chiral molecule. In this case, because you can also find the same thing by looking at the number of carbon atom and number of groups that is attached to the carbon, whether they all are same or different. For example, in this case, the 4 groups attached are not same. This hydrogen and this hydrogen atom are basically same. I am looking for 4 different groups. So 4 different groups are not there. So that's why this is a chiral molecule. In this case, you can see once again, for this case, this is achiral because the 4 groups attached are not different. So this group and this group are same. This hydrogen and this hydrogen is same, and that's why this is not a chiral carbon and this atom is not a chiral molecule. So this molecule is not a chiral molecule. So in the beginning we discussed if the placement of groups are different, then we have a stereoisomers. And one kind of stereoisomers is geometrical stereoisomers. Another is mirror images isomers. And we discussed the term chirality and achirality. So if we have a mirror image that is non-superimposable, then I have a chiral carbon. So if I have a chiral carbon, the object and its mirror image are two different things. They are not same. So what they are called? They are called enantiomers. So if you have a molecule and its mirror image, these two molecules are not same, they are two different molecules. So what are they called? They are called enantiomers. So they have relationship of enantiomers. For example, wife and husband, these two are not same, they are two different. But of course in this case they are not also mirror image. But just to give an analogy, so these two are called enantiomers. So two stereoisomers related as non-superimposable mirror images are called enantiomers. So now we have introduced the term enantiomer. So whenever you have a chiral carbon, it will have two stereoisomers. These two stereoisomers will be a enantiomer. So when I have a chiral carbon or a stereogenic center, I will have enantiomers. For example, in this molecule, this carbon is a chiral carbon because we have four different groups. Hydrogen, bromine is different, and CH3 group is different, and here I have CH2 CH3 group. So this is 2-bromobutane. This molecule has a chiral carbon and this is a chiral molecule. So if I want to look for a chiral molecule and its enantiomer, I have to look for a chiral carbon, a stereogenic center. Now in this case, this carbon is not a stereogenic center because this side we have CH3 group and this side also we have CH3 group. So these two are same. So this molecule contains two groups that are same. I am looking for all the groups different, but in this case two groups are same. So I can say 2-bromopropane is a chiral molecule because this does not has a stereogenic center or this does not has a chiral carbon atom in the molecule. So whenever I have a molecule, I have to look for a chiral carbon. So if I have a chiral carbon in the molecule is going to be chiral and it will have two stereoisomers, and these two stereoisomers will be called as a enantiomers. So let us try to do some more practice about chiral carbon. So locate the chiral center in the molecule below. So we have one molecule that is 5-bromodecane and we have to find whether we have a chiral carbon or not, chiral center or not. Now let us do this. So what I am looking for? I am looking for four different groups on the carbon. Now if you see this carbon, that is CH3, that contains 3 hydrogens. So 3 hydrogens are same. So they don't have different groups. In this case, once again CH3 that has 3 hydrogens. So on the same carbon, 3 groups, that is hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen is same. So there is no point of a chiral carbon. Now if you look for CH2 group, this all are CH2. In all carbons, so if I either consider this carbon and this carbon or this carbon, any carbon containing CH2 group is not chiral because there are 2 hydrogens, so same hydrogen, same group, so it cannot be chiral. Now what about this carbon? Now this carbon contains a bromine group, hydrogen group that is different, and now this side I have phenyl. This is not phenyl, this is pentyl. So 5 carbon is called pentyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is alkyl group of 5 carbon, that's why this is called pentyl. So this side I have a pentyl group. What about this side of this carbon? This side we have a butyl group. So this molecule has 4 different groups. One is bromine, hydrogen, pentyl group, and other side is butyl group. So this carbon is a chiral carbon. So I can put a star here to show that this is a chiral carbon. So this carbon is a chiral carbon. So I will have this molecule and its mirror image, that is enantiomer, and they will not be superimposable. Now what about this molecule, that is 5-bromo-1-nonene, nonene. So this is ene. This means this has a alkene group. So this is alkene group. Now once again, this CH3, CH2, CH2 is not going to be a chiral carbon because they have similar groups. What about this carbon? Now this has a bromine group, this is a hydrogen group, and this side I have a butyl group, and this side we have butenyl group. Now see, this side also I have 4 carbon, this side I also have 4 carbon, but what is the difference? In this case, the difference is this side I have a double bond. So this side I have a double bond. So this makes this group and this group different. So even though number of carbon this side and number of carbon this side is same, but this side has a double bond, this side I have a double bond, that is the butenyl group, and this side we have a butyl group, and that's why this carbon in this case is a chiral carbon. So for different group, this is a chiral carbon. Now let us do some more practice. Which of the following molecules are chiral? So what I am looking for? I am looking for a carbon that has 4 different groups. So this carbon, if I see one group, second group, this is a different group, and this contains 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon, and this side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. So this carbon is a chiral carbon. What about this group? Now this molecule has bromine and hydrogen, 2 different group, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon this side, but this side I have a double bond and this side I have a triple bond. This means this group and this group are not same, they are different groups. This means this carbon is a chiral carbon. What about this molecule? Now it looks like in this case this carbon and this carbon are 2 different. So there are 2 chiral carbon, but that is not so, because for this carbon we have a CH3 group attached, and this carbon also CH3 group attached. So 2 groups are same. So this is not a chiral carbon, but for this carbon I have OH group and I have CH3 group, and this side are necessarily 2 different group, because here I have a carbon that contains 2 CH3 group, and this side we don't have any carbon that contains 2 CH3 group, that is branching is not there. So this means this carbon is a chiral carbon. Now what about this molecule? So this molecule is chiral or not? Now you see, for any carbon that is in this ring, so these are the carbon atom. Now this has a hydrogen because it has to have 4 atoms. So this is 1, 2, 3 and double bond. So 3 atom is required. So all has a hydrogen. Now this does not has a hydrogen. What about this? This has 1, 2, 3 bond, 1 bond this side with hydrogen. So when I am looking for a chiral carbon, I am looking for a carbon that contains 4 groups, 4 different groups. But this carbon, in this case this one, this one, this one and this one, this one, does not has 4 groups. So there is no point of looking. What about this? This has 2 hydrogen. So this is not a chiral carbon. This also has 2 hydrogen, not a chiral carbon. 2 hydrogen, not a chiral carbon. 3 hydrogen, not a chiral carbon. So only possibility left is about this carbon. Now this carbon has a hydrogen, this side different group. So let me rub this. So I am looking for this carbon. This side we have a different group. So this group. And this side we have hydrogen, that is a different group. Now this side if you go, you will find this side we have a carbon atom and this side I have a nitrogen atom. So this means this bond or this bond are different. For this carbon I can say all the 4 groups are different, and that's why this is a chiral carbon atom. Now let us say consider this molecule. So we have to find whether this molecule is chiral or not. Now once again, as I said earlier, any carbon that is inside this benzene ring? I don't have to look because they does not have 4 groups. Similarly, in this case, this carbon does not have 4 groups. Nitrogen, they does not have 4 groups attached. They have only 3 groups attached. 1, 2, 3. So there is no point of looking. In this case, this carbon, we don't have to look because they does not have 4 groups. Only one carbon that is left, that is this carbon, that I have to consider. So can you tell me whether this carbon is a chiral carbon or not? So if you see this carbon, 4 groups are not different. This side we have a benzene ring and this side I also have the benzene ring. So this carbon is not a chiral carbon because this contains 2 groups that are same and both cases is a benzene ring. That is a phenyl group. So these 2 are same and this is not a chiral carbon. This can also be looked in terms of plane of symmetry. If you remember, I said if a molecule has a plane of symmetry, this molecule will never be chiral, or I can say its mirror image will be superimposable. So can you find a plane of symmetry in this molecule? You can see in this case this phenyl group that is inside the plane and this is outside the plane, and this molecule, this is all in the plane of the paper. So this molecule that contains nitrogen in the plane of paper, this is inside the plane of paper and this is outside of the plane of the paper. So if you consider plane of paper as one plane, so on top of that you have a phenyl ring, on the bottom of that you have a phenyl ring. So there is a plane of symmetry. So your plane contains this atom, this atom, this atom, this atom, this atom, this atom, this atom. Basically you can show this is a planar molecule. So this part is a plane. And then this is top of the plane, this is bottom of the plane. So the top of the plane and the bottom of the plane are basically mirror image to each other. There is only one group, that is phenyl group. So this means this molecule is a achiral molecule, that is not having a chiral carbon, and they are basically superimposable. Object and its mirror image are superimposable. So in this video we have learned what is stereoisomers, what is geometrical isomers, what is the stereoisomers that is related to mirror images, those 2 are called enantiomers, and how to find chiral carbons and how to locate plane of symmetry in a given molecule. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy, please share with your friends. I will make more videos and put it on the YouTube, and you all can see, and you can basically comment, share and subscribe this channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.